Good morning. Welcome to Time in His Word. How confident are you at your job? And does the knowledge and the extra effort you put into learning your job, does that make a difference in the confidence you have in being able to perform your job? Or does it not make any difference at all? In other words, you can only reach a certain level and that's it. Then just experience takes over as your confidence grows because you've been doing the job for so long. But like I said, the original question is how confident are you in your job? Now, if we take that same outlook on our walk in Christ, how confident are you in the knowledge you have of the Bible? How confident are you in being able to share what you know with somebody who's asking questions about the Bible and about salvation? And are you still studying in order to learn, to obtain more knowledge, or are you just relying on what you know and hoping that'll get you through? In other words, you're just skating. Yesterday, when I talked about the church that the pastors dressed up as characters on that site, I left a comment about my observation of the picture of people walking in not carrying a Bible to church. And boy, I got the comments back, well, they use their phone. Everybody has an app on the phone. That's just the way it's done. Somebody said that our church has Bibles in the back of the pew, and I just use that Bible. And my question to them was, so then, are you embarrassed to be seen carrying a Bible to church? Or because our church has the same thing, has a Bible on the back of the pew, but I think that's more for visitors so they have a Bible to follow along with, or if there's an event going on and scripture's quoted and you want to look it up and see. But why would you rely on the Bible in the back of the pew instead of having your own Bible to study from and mark and reference things? And because I talk about all the time how mine's got notes in the corners, and things are highlighted. It's my Bible. It's personalized to like how I want to use it. And I think for me, with my Bible marked up like that, that's that little bit of extra confidence I need if I'm talking to somebody and I have my Bible with me. Now, I carry my Bible each time I go to the church house, but that's just me. But I also understand people who are more technical savvy than I am. They use their phones in that, but it's like I said yesterday, that phone in your hand it can also be a distraction, because go to any restaurant, any meal, breakfast, lunch, or supper, and if there's two people at a table, one, if not both, are going to be on the phone. They're not going to be interjecting. They're not going to be having a conversation with each other. Or one will be on the phone, and the other one will just be sitting there looking out the window, waiting on their meal to come. So the phone has become such a, I don't want to say important part of our lives, everybody's always got their phone in their hand. When I get home off the road, unless my truck's being worked on, if I go uptown, 9 times out of 10, I'll leave my phone laying on the table. I don't even take it. Or I very seldom carry it at home, unless, like I said, the truck's at the mechanics and they're working on it in case they got to get a hold of me for a question, or if they need to do something or what have you. But I try not to let the phone dictate my life like a lot of people we see nowadays. I mean, you can walk through any business and people's got their phone stuck to their ear. I'm always thinking, really? You're that important that you can't go shopping without the phone stuck to your ear? But back to my original question. How confident are you in your walk in Christ? And this morning I was reading Isaiah 43, starting in verse 2. It says, when you pass through we'll start the last part of 1. Do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they will not overflow you. when you walk through the fire, you will not be scorched, nor will the flame burn you. So, if you have confidence in your walk in Christ because of the time you put in studying His Word to obtain as much knowledge you can about it, this passage is telling me that as I go through life, life's going to throw its burrs and obstacles at me, but because of the confidence I have in Christ, they'll affect me, but not in the same way as if I don't have any confidence in my walk. So this morning, yesterday, when I was talking about that church and I made the observation about the people not carrying their Bibles, it really got me to thinking, why do people not anymore carry a Bible to church? I've noticed at our church there's a lot of people that don't carry. There's the ones that I can't imagine them not seeing them without a Bible, but there's a few that they just rely on their phone, their app on the phone now. And to me, that's, you're not engaged all the way. I mean, you are, but you're not. It's not like having a book that you can write in and you can highlight things and make it personalized. Because I think that's part of that confidence in Christ that we have is and this is just my thoughts and my opinions. Everybody's different, entitled to their own. But when I sat down with somebody to talk to them about Christ, and I've got my Bible and it's all marked up to how I like it and it works for me, there's that little bit added of confidence. Now, I have an app on my phone for the Bible, but I don't use it in the same sense as my Bible. In other words, so if I hear a verse on the radio that I think might work for a devotion for this morning, I'll write that verse down, and then when I got a chance, I'll look at that app real quick to read it a few verses before and a few verses after to see if I want to use that verse, and I'm able to use it that way. Or if it's going to be too big of a you have to use a bunch of more verses and take up a bunch of more time. Because I try to make these short and sweet, but I know I get carried away. But just like this morning and yesterday, I've went over a little bit more. But back to my original question, how confident are you in your walk in Christ? And does the amount of study and seeking of wisdom, does that make you stronger in your walk? Or are you relying on the knowledge that you have obtained till now and you're not really studying anymore and hoping that gets you through? Just think about that today.